Greetings to everyone who's watching me and listening to me right about now. I have an amazing but yet powerful word of encouragement and direction for you, my dear brothers and sisters. Remember that every day I am here to release these words, and I'm so excited to release this because I know these words are a blessing to many. Of course, there are some who do not leave their comments, but they are still blessed by these words. And there are some actually who send me messages of how these words are a blessing. Through my email, there are people send me messages. And of course, if you also want to send me messages through my email, you can find my email through my About section. Just check the About section of this channel. You will see my email, you will see my Facebook, you will see my Instagram, you will see information that pertain me. And God will bless you. It is important if you receive a miracle, if you receive a breakthrough, that you testify. Scripture says it clear that they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives up to death. So there are two things that you require to overcome. There are two things. Number one is the blood of the Lamb, and the Lamb is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Number two is your testimony. However small that testimony is, testify. You don't know how big and powerful it is to testify. You don't know how many chains are being broken. There are people that you help through your testimony because there are people that are going through what you went through. And when they listen to your testimony, they are encouraged. You see, the scriptures, they were testimonies, an account of someone. People do not know it. That is the scriptures, some of them were testimonies. They testified about Jesus. That is a revelation to someone who did not know that the word was a testimony. It testified Jesus. Now, my brothers and sisters, the word that I have for you is they feel embarrassed that their tricks aren't working anymore. They are people that are so embarrassed. Actually, I would say they are in total shame. Some of them cannot even come out of their houses. Some of them cannot even face you. They cannot speak to you face to face. They are so embarrassed that you came to know about their diabolic plans over your life. So embarrassed. I'll give you an example. The brothers of Joseph, of course, they wanted to kill Joseph. It did not work. They ended up selling him to Egypt, not knowing that Egypt was his point of destiny. In Egypt, he was also faced with a problem, a very big problem, that Potiphar's wife lied to him. She did something that was wrong, and Joseph saw himself into a prison. But a time came when Joseph came out of prison because of the gift that he had. Notice that Joseph was a dream interpreter. And of course, his brothers, there was famine in the world. I've cut the story short. There was famine in the world, and his brothers came to him. The brothers could not recognize Joseph, but Joseph recognized them. Joseph said, "You meant evil for me, but God meant it good." And listen, his brothers, when they started to realize that it was Joseph, they were so embarrassed. There are people that meant evil for you. They swore death against you. They waged war against you. They hated you without a cause. But I want to encourage you that God means good for you. No matter the attacks, no matter how huge those attacks are, you will come up on top. You will win. I'll give another example. I love this story of Elisha, where he was attacked and he was surrounded by enemies, an army of haters, an army of people ready to kill him. His servant panicked. His servant was so afraid that he cried out to the master, "Elisha, help us." But Elisha prayed that the eyes of his servant be opened. And when the eyes of his servant were opened, the servant saw an army of angels around him. Elijah said this, that those that are with us are more than those that are against us. I want to encourage you that those that are with you right now are more than those that are coming against you. And notice that when you read that scripture, is that the eyes of his enemies were made blind. I pray that whoever is attacking you, may their eyes become blind. May they never be able to see you. May your enemy never locate you. May he forget about your location. My brothers and sisters, may that witch be disappointed. I speak fire to each witchcraft that is against your life. Whatever witch that has attacked you, they will be disappointed. You are too hot to handle. I love the scripture that says, show me a sign of your goodness that my enemies may see and be put to shame. When God begins to show you a sign of his goodness and your enemies see it, they will be put to shame. They will be put to shame. They will be embarrassed. Some of them will not be even able to speak. Those that hated you, those that are fabricated lies. Some of you, you're going under court. You're under court cases. From one court case to another court case, from one problem to another problem, from a lot of issues that are happening. A lot is happening in your life. But I want to encourage you that your enemies will be embarrassed. I love the scripture that says that he made a public spectacle of them. It says, having disarmed principalities and powers, he made a public spectacle of them. Jesus disarmed principalities and powers. And after disarming them, he made a public spectacle. Do you know what that means? To make a public spectacle? Wow, it is amazing. The enemy is ashamed. The enemy is in total shame. So they cannot win over you. They are embarrassed. My brothers and sisters, this is the word for you. I hope it has blessed you. I hope it has encouraged you. Remain in God. Until next time, shalom.